Welcome to Field to Feast, where we profile Louisiana and its local ingredients. Today, we're at Crying Eagle Brewing Company in Lake Charles, where we get to learn all about the neat things they're brewing up using Louisiana rice.
Field to Feast with Jennifer Finley is brought to you by the Louisiana Crawfish Promotion and Research Board, Louisiana Crawfish, ask before you eat, and by the Louisiana Beef Industry Council, beef, it's what's for dinner, and by the Louisiana Rice Promotion Board, think rice.
I'm Bill Mungai. I'm the brewmaster here at Crying Eagle Brewing Company. I make all the beer, design all the recipes, kind of oversee the whole production of all of our different products.
Designing the recipes, that sounds so interesting because we're talking about beer. What does that mean?
Beer's mostly made out of barley, but there's other ingredients involved. You have to it's kind of like making a soup. That you make a really sugary sort of soup, and then you feed it to yeast and let it sit for a couple of weeks, and it turns into this amazing product beer. There's a lot of chemistry, science, sort of things involved to try and get a nice balanced, good tasting product.
Well, I know that a lot of people love to dabble in being a brewmaster on the side and at home and things like that. But how did you get started in this? What does this entail?
I was an avid home brewer for 12, 13 years, brewing all the time, constantly just making the same beer over and over again, trying to perfect a whole bunch of different recipes. And then I got the opportunity to come here to Crying Eagle and go professional. It's pretty much the same thing. I went from 15-gallon pots to 1,000-gallon pots over a weekend. But it's all the same science and math and all that sort of stuff. It's just a lot bigger, and your mistakes cost a lot more.
When we were talking about farming and ingredients, in particular, we were talking about the fact that you use rice with your beer, including this one. Can you talk to me about that?
When we were getting started, I really wanted to try and use some local ingredients. So we worked with the farmer's rice mill that's just a few miles down the road, and we're able to buy broken rice from them that they can't sell because it's not pretty enough to the main market. But we're able to use it in production of our beer. Rice and corn and that sort of thing are used in very light beers to keep the color light and the flavor light, but also to give you fermentable sugars that you can then turn into beer. We have two beers now currently featuring Louisiana rice. Our first one was our Louisiana Lager, kind of our flagship, our bestseller. 30% rice, a very difficult brew to make sure the rice doesn't turn into a giant sticky mess. But it's a very nice light flavor to the beer. And the beer we have in front of us right now is our second rice beer. This is our Louisiana Light Lager. It's
delicious.
Same recipe, it's just a little more lighter in calories, lighter in flavor. The kind of beer you can have several of, maybe while you're cutting the grass or just enjoying the outdoors without getting, losing your facilities. And
growing up on a farm the way that you did, what is the importance to you in using local Louisiana ingredients?
It's always important to have the local ties to the community here. Being a small business, we try to work with other small businesses, and you don't get any smaller business than farmers. They've been the original small business forever here, so we're always trying to partner with the Louisiana farms for the rice, but also with our other ingredients from around the world. We try to partner with, smaller farms and producers, and you end up with the best quality products, and then you're able to make additional quality products out of them. And then we love to work with other community institutions. We have coffee roasters locally, and different bakeries and different restaurants and things where we've used some of their ingredients in beer as well. So it's very important to have all these community linkages and tie-ins, and you got to start with the small farmer, though. That's the heartblood of everything.
Well, thank you for having us today. I will certainly be bringing a lot of this home with me because I'm here so I can purchase, but this is absolutely delicious. Cheers.
Excellent. Cheers.
out from the brew room and into the bar here at Crying Eagle Brewing Company. And we're with Amber J, and we're about to make some beer tails. First of all, I've never heard the word beer tail. What is this?
Well, this is a collaboration we made whenever we decided to bring liquor to Crying Eagle. We're still a brewery first and foremost, so we wanted to incorporate all of our beers and just kind of switch it up a little bit. So beer tails are cocktails that we also use our beers in.
I absolutely love the phrase beer tail. I've just never even heard that. It's so exciting for me. So what beer are we going to use first?
So Louisiana Lager is our flagship beer, our number one seller.
Using Louisiana rice.
Exactly. So the beer tail that we're making right now is going to be the Louisiana Honeybee.
Okay.
So it's made with Buffalo Trace bourbon, smoked rosemary, honey, simple syrup.
Oh, it sounds delicious.
It's very deep on that. And some lemon juice, and we top it off with our Louisiana Lager.
Wonderful. I'm ready. Show me how it's made. So the beer ends up being like a topper.
Exactly.
To a
it adds a good little effervescence to the cocktail. And then I tried not to overpower the beer with whatever we make because you really want it to shine. So it kind of, all the ingredients just complement the beer and the notes in the beer.
I guess it's just really interesting because it's almost turning a cocktail on its head. I've seen beer that was then a shot was put on top of the beer or something like that, a topper. Yeah. But I've never seen
an actual full cocktail made with it.
Yes, and so what did we use next?
So that was the Buffalo Trace, the honey simple syrup, and the lemon, and then I'm going to top it with the Louisiana Lager.
All right, so not too many ingredients.
We want the beer still to shine. It's still our number one.
Look how delicious.
And then we'll just top it with a cute little rosemary sprig.
Did you say this was a smoked rosemary?
It is a smoked rosemary. So in the simple syrup making process, we make all of our syrups here. I use a torch and flame the rosemary. We trap the smoke and then make the honey infusion.
See, I just love all these little tricks. My first beer tail. I'll tell you how it is. I am completely sold.
You like
this? Yes. I want it to be winter. I want it to be snowing. I want to be by the fireplace, and I want to be sipping on this all night long. This is delicious. Well, I was just in the brew room with Bill, and I thought he had the best job ever. But now it's a toss-up because it very well might be you with the best job ever.
And it gives me a chance to be creative, and we do have seasonal menus. So all of the beer tails and the cocktail list, we change. So we're going to do a different winter list. They change with the beers that we brew.
All right, what's up next?
All right, so this is the Bayou Heat, and this is made with our Bayou Satsuma rum, made right there in Lacasine.
Okay.
And
yes.
Then,
oh, what a pretty color on that.
Right? It's beautiful, and I love the
gator bite.
And it turns the cocktail into a beautiful color. So this is Bayou Satsuma rum.
Gorgeous. It is. It's the color of the Satsuma.
It's a infused homemade simple syrup of jalapenos. So it gives it, that's the heat for the Bayou Heat.
Oh, my friend Darlene needs to be with me right now.
About a quarter ounce of lemon juice. And then we're going to top it with our Louisiana Lager.
I just love this idea. I never thought of beer as the topper. It was always kind of
like a soda or anything else. It's always on its own. But, you know.
I love it. Instead of a gin and tonic, you're having a such and such and beer. With a jalapeno on top. The name of this one again?
Bayou Heat.
Bayou Heat. I'm not scared. This is my favorite.
It's your favorite? See, that's a very summer cocktail. It's light, refreshing, and gives a little bit of heat on the back, a little burn on the back end.
We had so much fun here today at Crying Eagle Microbrewery, and if you would like to know more about the ingredients here, the beer here, or come see them, you can visit us for more information at twilatv.org.
Field to Feast with Jennifer Finley was brought to you by the Louisiana Crawfish Promotion and Research Board, Louisiana Crawfish, ask before you eat, and by the Louisiana Beef Industry Council, beef, it's what's for dinner, and by the Louisiana Rice Promotion Board, think rice.